What's up, fam? Well, today I got a little bit of a new subject for you, and it's called Most Black Women Are Empaths. Now, um, a lot of us don't know what that means. I had to study myself for some years. And what I mean by that is an empath, a natural empath, has the ability to take on the emotions and feelings of other people, flip that and give them wisdom on how to help heal themselves or stop the hurting. A lot of sisters are able to talk to you and help you to feel better about a situation immediately. Um, we're able to put aside our own pain and our own um, problems or issues and really help other people deal with their own with theirs. So um, something that I really want sisters to do is I want you to look up, what an empath is, and if you're able to get the start off with the book. What's it called? Oh, yeah, survival guide for empaths. And because a lot of what happens is we don't understand what that is, um, but we need to have special selflessness. We need to be uplifted. We need to be protected. We need to be cared for and cared about. Okay, I don't know what they're doing, but we need to be cared for and cared about. And as it happens, because we are empaths, people not only have, you know, for instance, white people have made up this whole thing over the last 402 years that black women don't feel pain and we don't need pain medicine and we don't need anything like that, and we're strong and we're resilient. Yes, we're all of those things, and we're quite powerful because most of us are empaths. And that doesn't mean that we don't need to be treated well, you know, uplifted. And if you have an empath in your life, you definitely want to make sure that that individual is well cared for and cared about. So that this society really relies on black women as generalized healers. I mean, everybody didn't go to nursing school like I did, but most black women are able to listen to people's story and then take it and help them to feel better. What's up, sissy? Um, so I want to make sure that I'm checking in with all of you because I've never really mentioned what an empath is to you. So I want you guys to look on Amazon for the Empath Survival Guide. I'm hearing a lot more from Black women who are now starting to open up about how they're feeling, and that they're feeling a lot of um, depression and anxiety and things like that. And for those of you who don't know, I suffer from severe anxiety. Severe depression. I was diagnosed with it about 14, 12 or 14 years ago, something like that. And it isn't, I think what happens is in the black community, we've been taught, oh, just pray about it, you know, because we've bought into this idea that black women wear this cape, and no matter what you throw at us, we're going to deal with it and move on and, you know, do well with it. And even when it comes to you murdering our children, like we bear that pain all, you know, for the rest of our lives. And then we bear the pain of other people whose children are being murdered. Um, and that I want us to stop thinking that we don't need mental health um, help, that we don't need to be uplifted, that if you're a Christian woman and you're going to church, um, okay, I got a master's in theology, though I don't believe specifically in the Christian doctrine, though I was raised that way. If you are a Christian woman and you are going to church, you need to hear from your whoever your pastor or minister is in the pulpit, talking about how great and how wonderful you are, and not just having one day a year, Mother's Day, where they talk about mothers, okay? And specifically, they just talk about Jesus' mother. No, every single day needs to be about caring for, uplifting, and supporting and protecting you. Whether it's your church that you go to, whether you are Muslim and you go to the mosque, whether you are Jewish and you go to the synagogue, whether you're a Buddhist and you go to the temple, I don't care. But if you are a sister, you need these supports because we give the most to everyone else. So I'm going to give you an example of what I mean. Part of what I do, I mean, I own my own business and I do one-to-ones with people. I do create classes and they're online and all of that good stuff. But part of what I do as an empath is I have gone back to my natural um, first love, which is working with children. That's where I started my first 15 years in neonatal ICU and uh, PCCU and then PED. So, um, I decided in my um, middle age to go back to it, but make it quiet, and really work on healing each baby. So, um, I do contract out and go and work with infants who have trachs and severe things going on with their gut, or they have severe things where they have a tube, or they have a central venous line or whatever. I work out in the community with them, and one of the things that I'm able to do as an empath, because I've studied it, is I'm able to move energy because I'm also a Reiki master. So, and I'm a follower of Sekhmet. So, um, I'm able to move their pain from them and then hold it in myself, right? And over time, I've learned how to um, move that pain out of myself and push it out into, the planet, right? So some of you, if you're Christian, you may know it as um, laying on hands. If you're Asian, let's say, you may know it as Reiki. Um, if you are a follow an Egyptian, you know, healer, um, which that's a part of what I follow. You may know it as, being a follower of Sekhmet. Um, so whatever you know it as, if you've done your homework, if you move pain, if you move that energy from somewhere else and it sits in you too long, you get sick, right? You get physically sick. So let me tell you what happens. What happens is I go out in the morning and I'm like, yeah, what's the way you work? And then by the time I'm back home, I look like a 96-year-old. I'm bent over and everything because usually I don't have the time and the space to move the energy out of me because you actually have to be physically connected to the earth, water, or something like that. So I have to wait till I get home to move it outside of myself. Um, when you have natural empaths in your life, and as I've said throughout this whole thing, most Black women are, it behooves you to really take good care of them, you know? So those of you in the health field, you should be taking really great care of Black women because here's the thing about Black women in general, and I'm going to tell you about me specifically. I go in, I don't remember. I know white people like to, and other black, and me too. You know, we put people in these things, but I don't care. I don't care what kind of kid it is. It's a kid. Okay. I only see children. That's what I see. I see children. All right. And I don't give a fuck if your parent is a Trump follower. I don't give a damn if you are a KKK motherfucker. I've had motherfuckers walk up on me and I don't want that nigga bitch touching my child and da da da. Except for I'm the only one that can get an IV in them. And what I'm gonna do is kick your ass the fuck out so I can heal your child. Then you can come back and be the bastard you were before you left. Okay? Um, so I've always been that way for my entire career. I don't give a fuck who the parent is. And I will definitely knock up to a parent and be like, now, so I'm done with your child. Your child is on the way to healing here. What'd you say to me? Bitch, we gonna take this outside. What? Say that shit again. Say it now. Okay? But we as black women, we will love on your baby. We don't care. We don't give a fuck. I can't even tell you how many kids who are now grown people who call me Mama Love, you know, because they know I'll come and get with whoever is fucking with them, including their parents. I don't care, okay? Um, but what I know is that there's only probably definitely less than 10, maybe around 7 white women that I know would do the exact same thing for any child that I would. And I know a lot of white women. And yeah, there's only about 7 who would actually love on and work to heal on and uplift my child. That's a fact, okay? Um, but on the reverse end of it, we've been doing this for 402 years here. We've been loving on everyone's children. We don't give a fuck. Okay? You know that if you put your child in our hands, we gonna love on them. We're gonna feed them too much. We're gonna hold them too much. We're gonna snuggle them too much. We're gonna kiss on them too much. We're gonna do all the spoiling that can be done. Too much. That's what we do. Um, I'm notorious for it. My kids that I go see now, I mean, I'm semi-retired from nursing, so I only work once or twice a week, or and then I have a week off because I have the business. But yeah, I'm notorious for it. Like they're like, okay, she's definitely going to be holding them and doing all this, that, and the other. You guys know how she is. um, so I call them the snuggle team. And that's what sisters will do. This is what we'll do. And yet, we can't count on other people to uplift us while we're trying to love on their children and heal their children. Okay? We can't count on that shit. And we definitely can't count on, as you can see, racism different than it was. Racism isn't different than it was. It hasn't gotten any better or anything like that. It's just like that brother said, it's just on video now. Okay? The shit's been going on. And through all that shit, we as black women have been loving on children. We have. We don't care who had what with who. We don't care about grown folks' business. When there's a baby, that baby is ours. We gonna love on that baby. That's all there is to it. Okay? So that means from 1619, I'll take it from there, from 1619 to the first black women in chains coming enslaved to this country in Virginia, I can guarantee you, I don't know for sure, but I can guarantee you that all the women who are of childbearing age were either pregnant or had been pregnant on the journey, um, and all of them were raped by white men. And we gave birth to white children from for the last 402 years. That means we've been your cousins, sisters, brothers, uh, aunties, uncles, and grannies, all that shit. We've been all that shit with you all of this time. And we loved on you. And you, as white people, kept enslaving us. You kept making us a part of a dowry. You said because we looked a certain way, because we're black, you made up some bullshit that as long as you have some black in you, then you are a perpetual slave. And through all of the mutilations, the hurt, the pain, we still love your children. And we still heal your children. And we still go out into homes. I've been to homes where they have Confederate flags. We still go out into these homes and we heal you. And you want to turn around and murder us and mutilate us? What's the problem here? So for sisters, I need us to start to understand that one of the reasons that we need to have boundaries and consequences to those boundaries is because we need special protections as empaths. We can't bear all of this and live to be 90 years old. You know, we die a lot younger. This shit takes years off the back end of our lives. So I need black women to have more care of themselves. You have to set up boundaries. You can't allow people to talk to you any kind of way. You can't allow people to roll up on you. You can't allow you can't allow any of that type of shit because you do way too much, even though you might not have understood you're an empath. Now you know. So I need you to take better care of yourselves. I need you to read up on this. I need you to love on yourselves. This is important to me. I keep pushing this because it's so important to me because you're important to me. I know what black women have done, continue to do, are doing to heal this world. Turn left onto Sawmill Road. Even if the people that we're healing don't understand it, I understand it, and now you're understanding it. So I'm going to need you to understand that your worth is beyond measure. When I say that, specifically, I am talking about, for instance, being an empath. So don't forget, go to Amazon, look up, if you have a Kindle or whatever, or you just want to mail to your house. I guess they do that too. I got Kindles, books, and all that crap. But I want to make sure that you're picking up the Empath Survival Guide, okay? Or Survival Guide for Empaths, one of those two. And that you're starting to read that and you start following some of the instructions on how to care for yourself, okay? And we're going to keep working on the boundaries and we're going to keep working on um, having consequences because you can't have boundaries without having consequences. Just because you give somebody a boundary doesn't mean they're going to change their behavior. More than likely, they're not. Okay? Behaviors are a pattern. So that's why I've always had consequences. You cross the line at your own peril because I'm going to give you a consequence to your badass behavior. Okay? So that's why it's important that as we're developing these policies and standards and procedures, that we understand that we are beyond worth. You know what I'm saying? There is nothing to describe what a black woman is worth, especially in America. We built this shit. We birthed it. We built it. We cleared the land right next to men. We fucking rolled the crops right next to men. We we've done it all. Plus, we would get raped, at night. and bear all of these children of whoever um, white men and white women said we had to bear the children. Okay, so I need you to really understand that for all of these years, people have been trying to tell you you're not worth anything, and I'm telling you that's bullshit. Bullshit, bull to the shit. That's why you can't tell me shit, because I know I'm a bad ass. I know I'm goddess born. I know I'm a warrior and a healer. So you're not about to do all that with me. I don't have time for that shit because I got to be out here healing children. I got to be out here healing black women. So I need to make sure that we're clear on these things. All right. So that's your empath. That's your empath whole talk for the day. You know I love you guys. I'm about you guys. Sometimes I'm gonna be tough. Sometimes, you know, I'm gonna hold you close and snuggle you, and I'm gonna give it to you like it is. All right. Love you.